Hello everyone, it's been quite a few weeks since I've made a video. It's just been kind of crazy around here. I've got family in town, I've been out of town, and all sorts of stuff. Really should be no excuses though. But I've been wanting to do a shoegaze video for a while. I know some of you have made your own already, and those were great. Shoegaze is something that I've been into for 22 years, I guess. So it's kind of nice to do a video on something that you've been so passionate about for so long. Starting off, I'm going to start with A, and then I'm going to jump all around. And I'll probably have to break this into 2 or 3 different sections because I feel like a lot of the things that I've seen in other people's video are like, Lush and Ride and My Beloved Valentine and some of the older Crane stuff. I do have a few Cranes things that I'd like to show. Maybe some Curve. But I'm going to start off with some of the more modern. This is shoegazetwee. Their album Hush. It's got Yuki on the front. And some little cat things that you can barely see in the background. It's the gatefolds. It's got a picture of Yuki and James on the inside. Picture of James on a chair, and then Yuki on the other side wearing a blonde wig. This album is my 2009 favorite album of the year. It's also one of my favorite albums in its entirety. But that is shoegazetwee Hush. And then there's a single from that, Transparence. This is the 10-inch, which James and Yuki signed to me. And this one is cool because there are only 1,000. But it is a clear vinyl, 10-inch. Has some B-sides and an AA remix of Transparence. So pretty cool. I also have the promotional paper sleeve single of this one, which was only released as a promo paper sleeve in United Kingdom during their little UK tour. Next up was, this is the limited to, I believe, 500. This is Rewolf. And this was recorded in London at Olympic Studios. It's got Yuki on the front with her cat. She is obsessed with cats, I'm obsessed with cats, and our friend Brett are obsessed with cats, so definitely a connection with her just on that alone. It's a picture of James on the inside and some kind of art on the other side. This one is white vinyl. So it's kind of cool to see white vinyl. I don't know why. It's I guess because it's the opposite of black, both being absent of color. Black and white are probably my favorite colors, besides red and various shades of blue. But anyway, that's Rewolf. This is actually the American version, if you will, of their acoustic album, which was available only on tour during 2008, so they kind of reissued that. This little guy, it's kind of signed in the lettering, so it's Yuki signed it where it says Greetings, and of course James signed it right there. This is a double Christmas record, and it's got Pascal with shoegazetwee. And to be extra festive, it's red vinyl. I think I got this in Berkeley for about $4, and I was so excited when I saw it because I, saw it in other people's discographies. But the second I saw it, I got it. And of the many times that I've seen shoegazetwee, I went and I got it signed. This one's cool. This is their newest album to date. Fluorescent, and they signed the front. This one's cool because the vinyl itself is kind of a pinkish marble affair. It's pretty cool. I love this record as well. I'm just such a huge fan and collector of SOB6, so I have a lot of 7 inches as well. This is Stay Awake, and Then He Kissed Me, cover song. It's little 7-inch gatefolds. So I absolutely love the cover art on this. Actually, one of my bootlegs that I've recorded of the many shows I've been to for SOB, I kind of photoshopped and used that as a cover for one of my recordings. Next was, and Yuki and James signed these as well. This is Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight, backed with New Year's. So it's got a cover song and then a B-side from the album. This one is Familiar Light, and this one was also fairly limited. This is from the Hush album. It's got Familiar Light and then Familiar Light Twins remix on the B-side. So that one's cool. I got that in 2009, during the 2009 tour. This one's not signed. I don't know why I didn't get the sign. I got the CD version of it signed, but this is Strawberries. Little gatefold. This actually comes with 2 7-inches, which I have doubles of, so I'm not going to take them out, but I'll show you this one. This one is part 2, and this one has a remix, but this one's cool because it's colored vinyl, and it's red. So, very cool. That was from their second album, Citrus, which I do not have on vinyl. I'm definitely looking for that guy, but we'll get one soon. This one's another little single. This is Me and Mary with Breathe Into Glass. James signed it right there. I love the little fox guy, and then the bee on the center label. So that's my SOB6 stuff. Moving along to Casket Girls. They're kind of a electronica shoegaze band. I saw them just recently with The Faint, and this is actually a peach colored vinyl. This is a band that I've only seen once, but I've tried to see many times and never got a chance. This is Blonde Redhead, Melody Citronique, and it has a few songs. This is kind of like an EP, and it's got a Serge Gainsbourg song on here, Slogan. So out of the 5 songs, there's a remix and some French and Italian versions. The twins from the band, the drummer and the guitar player, bass player, keyboard player / vocalist, they're twins from Italy, even though they grew up in New York. Moving along, this is, I know we've talked about this with a few people, this is Brave Irene. They're more of like, not really shoegaze, but kind of twee pop, and again, white vinyl. So, very, very cool. That's on Slumberland Records. This one, I found this just recently on my travels. I was in San Diego and I found this. It was $6.99, but it was 50% off. And this is The Foreign Resort. They're a chance that I had to see them, but I was on my way to San Francisco, and we went the back way rather than going up through LA. We went around back to more of a scenic route rather than seeing LA and all those other cities. We went back way, but they did actually play in LA at the Club Violin, which is a shoegaze night. This band I actually saw back in '98 and then hung out with them in their hotel room. This is Fonda from LA, and during that tour it was kind of produced and he kind of played bass on some songs, but it was Dave Newton from Mighty Lemon Drops, which is another band I really enjoy. But this is a Fonda EP, Better Days, something I've been looking for. So, and this band, I'm gonna go with the first album first. This is Serena Manish. They're from Norway. They're kind of a shoegaze, but kind of noisy, so they're kind of a noise pop. And this is their first album. It's got them on the inside, the gatefold. I'm also obsessed with Norway itself. What a great country, and a lot of good bands from there. This is their newest one. Number 2, Abyss in B minor. Me and Brett always laugh when we go to Zia's Records because they always put stuff on clearance and they have odd prices. Normally this is $15.99, but it's marked down to $9.99. That doesn't seem abnormal, but there were other ones. Actually, I think I paid less than that for. I think I paid like $8.42 or something like that. They mark them down in absolutely ridiculous amounts, like $12.39 or something. It's like they're taking off like certain percentages that just don't make sense. So, but we always laugh about that. So, good times. This one I actually wrote the band and kind of friended them on Facebook. I became obsessed with them a couple of years ago, and they were recording a new album. This is the 10-inch for Vultures, and the band is called Sin, and this was actually produced by David Allen, who did, like, you know, The Cure and Love and Rockets and Cleanse Mox and a few other really cool bands. And again, it's a 10-inch, but it's white vinyl, and these were pretty limited. I believe they only made 1,000. And I wrote to them, and then I sent money, and they sent me a copy. They autographed a little 8-inch by 8-inch poster. And then I have the limited to 300. I have number 256 out of 300 copies. For Sinin, the song is called Just Wanted to Know, and it had a couple of different remixes of it on there. So very cool. They all signed it and whatnot. If you've not given Sinin a chance, I highly recommend them. They're another one of my excuse me, another one of my favorites. This one is very cool. Actually, I have two. I have the standard edition, but then I was lucky enough to get the record store edition. And what's cool about the record store edition one is they are limited to 200 copies. But they came on the heavy gauge blue vinyl. So that's kind of very different. I absolutely love this album. Their new one is really good. It's produced by David Allen, and parts of it can remind me of U2's Beautiful Day. So, going on again to a twee kind of sound, kind of ocean bluish. This is Wild Nothing Nocturne. And this is the 2012 album, which gained a lot of press and popularity for them. I have the handwritten set list in here from the band. I have a couple set lists from them, because I saw them so far twice for this album and once for another album, Gemini. This one is Golden Haze, and of course Jack Tatum signed it. This is just an EP. So I also have the CD version of all of these. well, nothing albums. I have a bunch of 7 inches, but we'll show those on another video. This band I actually drove to San Diego to see back in 2003, and Metric was opening for them, and they were south. And this is their last album, You Are Here, before they kind of disbanded and just went off and did all their own things. It's too bad because they were amazing. Their 2003 album was my album of the year. It was just, and it's still one of my favorite albums of all time in its entirety. If I had to choose like 20 or so albums, it would be in there definitely. I would check them out, even if you have or haven't had a chance to yet, but they're called South. They're really good. I'd like to have more of their stuff in vinyl, but I just don't. This one, I actually did post as my album of the year. This is kind of a bizarre album for kind of twee, kind of shoegaze, but Lower Dins, New Tropics, it's a gatefold, double 12. Jeff and Jana and some of the other members all signed it for me. And then there's the 10-inch, which they all signed to me as well. It's kind of probably hard to see because it's silver ink. This is the Brains Propaganda and Hours 10-inch. This is limited, I think, to 1,500. I'm actually a huge sucker. Probably a lot of us are, but I'm a huge sucker. Anything that says limited edition and then they're numbered, I like to grab those like it's my business. Another one is Curve. This is the Curve 10-inch for Galaxy with Cherry, and then I Speak Your Every Word. This is from 1991. This is Clipped, and I Like a Dog. Okay, so this next one is Curve, again. And this is actually just a lot of remixes. Tubin Sai remix and Jeremy Whateley's full vocal mix. I don't really care for remixes, but I think this was only $2, so I totally grabbed it. And this is Coming Up Roses. It's a promo 12-inch. So, very cool. Thought I'd grab it because it was cheap, and I really like Curve. Well, let's see. I'm just gonna dig some of these out here. This one, you know, this is the the Forever album. For Cranes, this is the Adrift single. What a great album that was. It was just start to finish. I saw them for Wings of Joy and Love, but didn't actually get to see them for the Forever album, so not many people came to Phoenix. That was when I've seen Cranes 3 times, and out of those 3 times it was just amazing. There was actually a 4th time in 2006, but they actually cancelled the entire tour and ended up not coming. This is the 7-inch for Shining Road. It's got Lilies and September as a B-side. This is a limited. It's got the chorus on the inside as well. There's also a double CD version of it, which this is something that I kind of missed that they did. They made a lot of their digipack, cardboard, and plastic packs where both CDs, one would fit on, you know, the A and then the B side when you open them like a little book. But I actually resealed this with shrink wrap from my job. Wanted to take care of it. Another Cranes thing that I found a few years ago was actually the Jewel box. A red box with the Jewel 7-inch single. It's supposed to fit 3 7 inches, but I've never in my entire life seen the other ones. And it's nice because the actual box is a little rough, but this one is very good shape. It looks unplayed, and the sleeve itself is just in really nice shape. This has the dual 7-inch version and then the ultra slim fast version of Clear, which there's a CD EP with Clear, and it has a couple remixes as well. It has Leave Her to Heaven Part 2, which Leave Her to Heaven Part 1 was on the CD version. This one. This also has the Ultra Slim Fast mix, and Cloudless, the Teos mix. Actually, I have quite a bit of change stuff, because I love them. And then kind of getting back to Curve a little bit. This is the 10 Little Girls CD single, and it has Blindfold on the B-side. It's kind of an interesting cover. I've actually found this at Amoeba twice, and the first time I saw it I kind of passed it up, but for $2 I was on a rampage this time to get more, I guess 7 inches, mainly for, you know, bands that I kind of started to overlook. This is a later one. For Curve, this is Pink Little Girl with the blues, and the B-side is Recovery. So I don't know why I passed them up the first time I saw them, I guess because I'd already had my hands full with a lot of other things. This one is Film School, On and On. It's got +1 on the B-side. And the guitar player actually started a new band just to kind of give them a little bit of a boost. And I just saw them, that's why I was in LA, seeing Wedding Present, which was amazing. And his new band is called Nightmare Air. So I would check him out, Nightmare Air. He's the guitar player, but he started a new band that's actually very shoegaze. And so if you're into kind of like noisy shoegaze, I would check them out. They're called Nightmare Air, and they have an album coming out soon. He gave me a CD EP to listen to. So I would definitely check them out. Very cool. They opened for Wedding Present, and for me, when you see 2 bands in one show, it's definitely worth the trip, especially to LA. For all the records, the weather, the show itself is just awesome. So, anyways, moving on. This is Crane's Jewel, and this has the LP version, the 7-inch version, and then the Robert Smith extended version, which was also available as a CD single, but Craft Spells, kind of back to captured tracks again. It's actually quite a good year for that label, with, you know, Wild Messing becoming so successful and Dive becoming so successful. Hopefully some of the other bands that are on the label will tour as well. Craft Spells, this is the EP, and I found this when I was out one day. It was actually pretty cheap. I've seen it a few other times, so if you're kind of liking Wild Nothing, I would give Craft Spells a listen. And since we're here, we might as well do some of the 7 inches. Chapel Club. If you were ever into the band Gene, or you just liked British pop kind of rock, they're slightly tagged as shoegaze and dreampop, but Britpop as well. So this was produced by Paul Epworth, All the Eastern Girls, and then the B-side Sea of Leaves. So these are very nice little packages for 7 inches. They have quite a few. This one's Surfacing, and it has a B-side called In My Moment. So I would check them out. Another one that I just got an email, they're releasing their new album. This is on Sub Pop, but they're called Still Corners. And this has Cuckoo on the B-side Endless Summer. So, oh, oops, I've got the sleeve. I hate wearing, so I take them out and keep them like that. flat cover. This next one was my favorite album and band of 2009 and 8. They kind of had like some stuff out for download only, but then they finally released them, and that's The Big Pink. These are signed to me by Robbie and Milo. This is Stop the World and Crushed Water. Stop the World didn't actually make it on the album, so if you ever find the 7-inch, I know I found a few, and every time I find one, I buy one for someone, a friend. I know Brett's got one, and now my ex-girlfriend has one, so that we found another one on the trip. This is Dominoes, with She's No Sense on the B-side, and just that little blotchy design, you can tell it's, you know, 4AD, and this is kind of like the resurgence of shoegaze, if you will, but I always like that cover. Just the contrast, the color, the way, you know, the lines in the picture, and then it's just real simple, just the big pink, you know. Kind of typical of a lot of 4AD bands. This next one came in its own sleeve. It's pink, and this is the Tonight single. But this also had the B-side, Sweet Dreams, was actually a Beyonce song. This just kind of folds out into a big pink. Sorry, it's pink on that side. I also have the Velvet 12-inch, which has a different cover and different songs. It has These Arms Are Mine as the B-side. This next one was just recently, their full-length album was re-released on Captured Tracks again. And this is the limited, I have number 601, but it's half-string. And their drummer is Kimber, who owns Stinkweeds, one of the places me and Brett have been shopping for probably 20 years or more. So, half string. They're from here. I actually saw them back in the mid-90s, a couple times, mid to late 90s. And kind of a new up-and-coming. This was actually sealed, so I didn't take it out yet to listen to it, but this has Falling on the B-side, which is theme from Twin Peaks, and then How Do You Know, which is a great song, but the band is called Field Mouse. So if you like kind of twee, indie, shoegazy kind of sounding female-fronted bands, I would check them out. This just came out 2012, and I've been enjoying their album a lot. This is just a single, which hopefully I will find the full length for soon instead of just a CD. This one I actually got for $0.25. This is from Allison Records. You got the little Allison logo up there in the corner. This has Beauty by Mallory, and then it's backed with Planet 9 doing Plastic, so it's got two bands from Allison Records on there. So I absolutely love Mallory. They're kind of a dreamy shoegaze band from Germany. And then this is the single. It's a double single. It's part 1 for Rather Be. And it's got Major Force on the B-side of part 1, and then part 2, Rather Be, has All Night Long. So it's kind of a nice little gatefold which houses both part 1 and 2. So the Verve is another band that I absolutely love. I have the full, I'll grab it here. Okay, sorry. The full vinyl for Fourth. And then we've been seeing a lot of older stuff for Verve, so I thought I'd show one of the new one and then the last one. This is kind of a cool box. It has the gatefold of Fourth. And then it has a book, a poster, but then it has fourth, the CD version. And then it has fourth, a DVD, Live at Coachella 2008. So, it's got a little, it's got like a, kind of a big poster that unfolds. If I can unfold it a little bit. So it's kind of a poster. And then another little, like, kind of poster which has a reel on it. It's kind of like a little booklet type thing with a lot of the fun stuff in it. So, but that's my shoegaze. I guess I kind of decided just to go all in one long video. Hope I didn't ramble too much. But that is all I have for some things. I think I have some other shoegaze stuff, which I'll be showing again later, more cranes. Maybe some big pink 12 inches. And a few others maybe I can kind of find. So, thank you for watching.